Alright, y'all. Now that this is done behind me, we can get to moving to the upper half. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so today is the day. Got all the framing wood cut. It's not much to look at, so I did it off camera. I'm going to be putting this wall together. Sheathe it up. I'm going to build the wall and tuck the walls in there. It's not the normal way to do it, but that's why I'm going to do it, because it seems like the easiest way to do it. So put y'all on time lapse and let y'all see. Welcome back to another episode of Truck Boat. Alright y'all, phase 1 of the shop / man cave is going down in this video. I'll be framing in the lower level as well as installing insulation. I've never framed in anything in my life, so I'll be learning as I go and taking you along for the process. Did I mention I'm basically doing this off-grid because the shop has no power connected. For power, I've been using a gas-powered generator to power the lights as well as a little AC I've got running. You'll see that here in a second though. So what I've got here is I've got some pressure treated 2x4 for the bottom, and then the rest is going to be just regular 2x6 non-treated. I'm setting everything up 16-inch on center, which will allow me to put insulation between every stud. And after that, I'll be sheathing the outside in MDF, and the inside will be sheathed in just your typical 3/4 inch drywall. And what I'm using here is an electronic framing nailer made by Senko. It's electric over pneumatic. It actually works really well. It's almost as if I'm using a air-powered nailer. And I'm just going to stand all these pieces up, push them into place, make sure they're level, and then I'm going to nail them into place, and eventually I will anchor them into the concrete on the floor too, so this thing is not going to move. Here's a quick little after shot of what it looks like after I've finished all nailing everything in. And from the inside, I already framed the door. That was a pain in the butt in itself, but I'll go ahead and go through that in the next part of the video, part 2. Here I am cutting the sheathing for the last exterior wall of the lower level. As you can see, I'm using a 3/4 inch piece on the bottom just to take it up off the floor, because if it gets wet, that plywood's going to swell. So there's a little tip for you. And yeah, I was cheap. I didn't buy enough plywood. That's why I'm cutting this thing up and just doing little pieces up the wall. But maybe later I'll switch that up, grab some extra pieces, and close it up the right way. Now, since it's over 100 degrees here in Texas, I came across this little $400 inverter AC system, and that's why I'm not sweating my balls off inside this little room right now. It is definitely worth the money. Now, the whole point of this room was to have a sealed off room that doesn't have any bugs in it, so I've already gone ahead and spray foamed the gaps, and I'm coming back with caulking and I'm sealing it to the floor and the top corners. Now all I really have left to do for the room is to plot out where I'm going to put the electrical, because this room will have chargers and some lighting in it, as well as a little bit of ventilation, but you have to see where that's going to be in the second part of the video. Now for this part, I'm adding the insulation, which is the best part, because now it's actually going to get pretty cool in here. I cannot stress enough, wear the mask. I could not believe how much insulation fibers were in the intake of my AC when I finish this up. You do not want that stuff getting in your lungs. Alright, well, the insulation's in. Just need to staple all the little seams up. Get that little corner over here. And stay tuned, because we're going to start framing in upper half of this place. And that's going to be way more epic.